Greetings and welcome to part 7 of the saxophone series using essential elements. We're going to be looking at the blue belt for band karate, focusing on numbers 107 to 118 in your book, starting on page 21. So first of all, let's look at 107 in your book. We have a new note called B flat. Now we're finally into those flats that I promised you from before. Look right above it, in the orange box, it has that little B. That's a flat symbol. It says a flat sign lowers the pitch of a note by a half step. The note B flat sounds a half step below B, and all B's become B flats for the rest of the measure where they occur. Okay, so we talked about sharps. They make the note sound a little bit higher. Remember C natural, C sharp. Now, if you have a flat, it makes it a little lower. So let's go on B, first finger B, then B flat sounds lower. And just like anything, when you have a natural sign or a sharp sign or now a flat sign, if you see it on a note in a measure, the rest of the measure, it's still going to be that. Okay? If they want to change it on you, they have to put another accidental on it. All right, so let's look at this B flat. Look at the fingering. You get to learn a new key today. It's your A, 1, 2, and then this lower side key right here. There's 3 in a row, right? You're going to do the lower one. Use the side of your pointer finger to get that. So A, and then that lower side key is B flat. Let's use that note for number 107, the flat zone. Notice your key signature is F natural. So you're going to use first finger F there. Number 108 is On Top of Old Smoky. This is going to be your first blue belt song. Let's talk about it. We've got 3/4 time. You've got a pickup note, a low F natural because your key signature is all natural, right? There's no F sharp there, so it's F natural, first finger. It's allegro, so it should be fairly quick. All your B's in here are going to be marked as B flat. I'll just warn you that right now. Let's turn the page. Page 22 in your Essential Elements book. At the very top, it talks about a dotted quarter and eighth notes. Okay, you've had dotted half notes. Remember that's 3 beats? Let's talk about how you use the dot, what the dot really does. So you had a half note, then what dot does is it cuts it in half and then adds the original value. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, plus the original 2 is 3 beats. That's why you're holding a dotted half note for 3 beats. If you had a whole note, which is 4 beats, and you put a dot on that, you divide that by 2, which is 2. Add the original 4, you'd hold that dotted whole note for 6 beats. You have a quarter note. You put a dot on that, you cut in half. Half a finger! If you had the original 1, you're going to hold that for a beat and a half. So it's going to be held like a quarter note tied to an eighth note, right? An eighth note is half a beat. So look at the picture there at the top of page 22 in the orange box. It has a dotted quarter note, and then it has an arrow with the eighth note, because those combine together, because 1.5 plus a half is 2 beats. So a dotted quarter note is going to be pretty much the same as a quarter note tied to an eighth note. So you can see the picture there. You also see a picture of the single eighth note, so you can see the flag kind of drooping down. Poor little eighth note by itself. 111, the dot always counts, is where we start using this. I actually like to do the clapping for 110. Underneath it, you can see it goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's counting the eighth notes. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the beat, the quarter notes, and the ands is getting those eighth notes in there too. So let's try clapping 110. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 111 is going to use that same rhythm. Notice that you start quarter, eighth, half, note. The second measure It's also quarter, eighth, eighth, half note, but they tie that first quarter note to that eighth note. So ba, ba, ba. So instead of quarter, eighth, eighth, half note, long, eighth, half note. And then the third measure is the exact same rhythm. Long, short, long, or 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 is what I think in my head. So let's play 111. We're going to use that in number 113, Sea Chantey, which is your next blue belt song. Let's talk about this one. We're in 3/4 time, so 3 beats in a measure. Moderato is a nice medium speed. F sharp in the key signature, so middle finger sharp F. Forte at the end of the first line, you've got a decrescendo to get a little quieter to a mezzo forte on the second line. Then halfway through the second line, you've got a crescendo to get louder to the forte. And the main thing about this one is that feel. This is one you hear on a boat. A pirate song, really. Commas in the song. We talked a little bit about that in a previous video. Those are breath marks. It is the best place to be breathing in a song. If you can go from the beginning to the first breath mark in one breath, awesome. Those big, deep diving breaths. If not, practice until you can get up to speed so you can do that. That's called musical phrasing. It's the best places to breathe because it makes musical sense. Ba ba bum 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 ba 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 ba. If I were to sing that and I were to breathe in weird places, ba 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 ba, it wouldn't sound as good, right? So it's the same thing when you're talking, it's those musical phrases, okay? So just something to keep in the back of your mind as you're progressing on your instrument, to try to get your breathing to be thinking about that too. 114, Scarborough Fair. This one, you're in 3/4 time. It's andante, so a slow walking tempo. Nothing in your key signature, so first finger Fs. And let me spoil the surprise in that your Bs are all going to be marked B flat, your A with a side key. So just make sure you're getting all those in there. And let's give it a whirl. It's called The Turnaround. Those are, by the way, all of your blue belt songs. But these are two more songs that are just good for you to be able to do. 116 is called The Turnaround, F sharp in the key signature. This shows you what happens when the eighth note comes before the dotted quarter note. So instead of ba, 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 you have ba, 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 short, long, or one and. Here we go. Say that one again. Let me make sure I have that first note long, right? It's a dotted quarter note. Number 117 is Auld Lang Syne, a Scottish folk song. It's andante, so nice slow walking tempo, F sharp in the key signature, a pickup low D to start you off. Notice about halfway through the song, there's an arrow that says check rhythm. So that's where you have that da-da. You have that eighth coming before the dotted quarter note. Theme from New World Symphony, I tend to skip, but let's talk about it. It's a whole page. but you're not playing all of it. Notice that the second half says piano accompaniment. So sometimes you'll find that you'll play a solo, and then you'll be accompanied by an instrument such as a piano or a guitar. You don't play the piano part on a saxophone. You really can't. You would just play the beginning part. I don't tend to use this one, but it's a great song if you want to have, a longer song to play around with. So this finished up the blue belt segment of band karate for saxophone. The next one's going to look at the red belt. So keep on practicing, keep on doing great, and we'll see you later.